Welcome back to the Lazy Handle Show. I'm your host, Katrina. For today's episode, I'm going to be doing a preview on the Scotties that is coming up this Friday. Later, I'm also going to be showing you my interview that I did with Kerry Galusha. Today's shout out goes to Martin Cleary from Ottawa. So, the wildcard game is this Friday. It's going to be a good wildcard game. You're going to be adding one really, really good team no matter what. So, it's going to be Jones and Fleury, and it's just both from Manitoba. It's going to be a good game. It's going to be close. And, yeah. So, even though Jones did beat Fleury in the Manitoba Provincials, I have a good feeling that Fleury's going to beat Jones in the wildcard game. So, yeah. So the Scotties format goes like this. So there are two pools. They play the round robin, and then the top 4 teams in each pool will move on to the championship round, but they keep the same record going into the championship round, and then the top 4 teams with the best record go to the Page playoff. And then from there, they'll decide the Scottish champion. So starting in Pool A, we have Team Canada. Now Kerry, they're a phenomenal team. They always perform very well at the Scotties. So it's a no-brainer that they're going to have a stellar record. And then Alberta Walker, it's going to be very exciting for them. It's their first Scotties as a team. It's definitely going to be a fight for them to make it to the championship round, but they can do it. And then Manitoba, Carrie Anderson. Again, they're just a phenomenal team. Probably going to make the championship round, but things do happen, so yeah. And they curl well all the time. Most of them do, so yeah. And then you have New Brunswick. A few years ago, Crawford actually came really close to making the championship round. So if they can beat 1 or 2 of the higher level teams, they for sure have a shot at making the championship round. And then you have Northern Ontario. Krista McCarville always performs well at the Scotties. Always makes the championship round, and most of the time even makes the Page playoff and is definitely up there. So I think they're probably going to make the championship round as well. And then we have Nunavut. So Laura Eddy. So she is on Two Girls in a Game podcast. So it'll be really cool to see her, and the best of luck to her from Nunavut. And then Quebec, they're definitely an underdog. You probably won't expect them to make the championship round, but again, just like New Brunswick, if they can beat 1 or 2 top higher level teams and beat the lower ranked ones, they for sure have a shot at making it. And then Saskatchewan, Robin Silvernagle, after last year making it all the way to the semifinals, that was great, but right now they haven't had a great season. So honestly, it's just I think it's going to be between them and Alberta who's going to make the championship round. So my picks are going to be Canada, Manitoba, Northern Ontario, and then it is very tight between Saskatchewan and Alberta, but I think I'm going to go with Alberta, Walker's team. So those are my picks, but who knows? The Saskatchewan-Alberta game I'd love to watch. That's the one I kind of want to watch, because that could be one that puts you in the championship round or doesn't. So yeah, moving on to Pool B, we have British Columbia. So Corinne Brown, she's very good. She's won a junior title. She's very good. I don't think she's gonna be the top team there, but we'll see. Newfoundland, Curtis, they're a fun team to watch. They like having lots of fun. Nova Scotia, Mary Arsenal. Now, what I noticed about this pool was it's not the strongest pool. Like that pool compared to that pool is, you're comparing bananas and chocolate. There's a big difference. Yeah, so I think Nova Scotia has a really good shot at making the championship rounds. If they beat the underdog teams like British Columbia and Newfoundland, they can for sure make it, and even almost beat maybe Ontario or the wildcard team. So yeah, Mary Arsenal, I think she's going to make it. And then same with Northwest Territories, Kerry Galusha. I'm sure their goal is probably to make it to the championship round and maybe even make it to the Page playoff. I think they can for sure do it. They're probably even with Nova Scotia.
So
They also have Joanne Rizzo, so she's actually throwing 4th stones, so that'll be a little bit of a change for Kerry Galusha, but we'll see how they adjust to that, and I have no doubt that they can make the championship round even with that change. And then Ontario, Rachel Holman. I mean, yes, they didn't have a great Grand Slam, haven't really made the playoffs yet, but I don't think they're not making it to the championship round, and I'm sure they'll make it to the Page playoff, and so on, probably win the Scotties. Prince Edward Island, they don't always have the strongest record. Yeah. And then wild card, Fleury or Jones. No matter what, Fleury or Jones can definitely make the championship round. It doesn't really matter if I don't know the team that's making it. And then Yukon. Probably not going to make it, but I think it's great to grow the sport and have Yukon and Nunavut and Northwest Territories, or just Yukon and Nunavut, do it. So my picks are Ontario, obviously, wild card, Nova Scotia, and Kerry Galusha from Northwest Territories. So yeah, those are my picks. Comment down below your picks. Yeah, make sure to, here's my interview with Kerry Galusha. Welcome back to the Lazy Handle Show. I'm your host, Katrina. I'm here at the Shorty Jenkins Classic in Cornwall, Ontario with Kerry Galusha. So how are you doing today?
I'm really good. Our team just won this morning and we qualified for the quarterfinals tonight. So that's really good.
Awesome. So you and your team have been traveling a lot more these past few years than you used to. How has that helped you to prepare for the Scotties?
Yeah, so last year we went to 5 World Curling Tour events, which was the most we've ever done. We usually only do 1 or 2. This year we're doing 5 again. We just finally realized if we're going to live up in the north and we want to compete at the Scotties, then we need to start traveling more and playing the better teams and learning how to beat them. So that's what we're doing. And we curled last weekend. We're going to be on the road for 11 days. So we're just learning to curl. The more we curl, the more we practice, the better we seem to be. And I mean, this weekend paid off. So far.
Yeah, for sure. So Joanne Rizzo is joining your team. How did that come along? I mean, she's in Ontario.
Yeah. I did not know Joanne at all. I've only curled her once in my life, I think, once or twice. And she sent me a really nice message just after the season had ended and said that she really liked the way I called a game and the way I played, and she was interested in curling with us if we needed a player. And it's just so happened that we were losing Brittany Tran, our second from last year, so we actually had a spot open for Joanne. So we were like, okay, let's see what some experience and knowledge what she can bring to our team. And I've already learned so much from her, and she's awesome. So it's good to have her on the team.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So how did you get into curling? How did you start?
My parents, we lived way up north in Inuvik, and my dad made the curling ice there, and Kevin and Jamie got into curling before me, and then we moved to Yellowknife, and my parents ran the junior program, and they forced me to go in the junior program. So I basically got forced to curl, and then I ended up liking it eventually, and we were just a curling family with Jamie and Kevin also into curling. It just made it easy, and we were always at the club, and eventually we all became really competitive, and we all have decent careers, especially Kevin. He's not bad.
So now we're going to do rapid fire. So it's a series of questions, and you have to pick out of one of the 2 options.
Okay.
So red rocks or yellow rocks?
Yellow.
Heads or tails?
Tails.
Up one without hammer or down one with the hammer?
Down one with. Although I think our team does better if we're up one without. Yeah.
10 ends or 8 ends?
8.
Draw for the win or hit for the win?
Draw for the win.
5 rock rule or 6 rock rule?
Ooh, 5 rock.
Thank you for your time.
Yes, thank you. It was nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. I hope you enjoyed my interview with Kerry Galusha. I thank her for giving her time to do that interview. And my overall pick to win the whole thing is, drum roll, Holman. You know, last year was upsetting, of course, but I think they can come back, and the Canada Cup champions can definitely do it. It's Rachel Holman. Yeah, make sure to like, subscribe, and comment, and I'll see you next time. Bye.